Good day, everyone, girls, boys, and future scientists. Welcome. I'm Hannah, and this is HNN. Today, we have a guest, a high school girl who wants to be a seismologist. Let me present to you, Nazreen! Nazreen, you can go here now.
Hello.
Hello, Nazreen. How are you?
Hello, Hannah. I'm fine as always.
So tell us why you want to be a seismologist.
Oh, it's nothing. Math and science are just my favorite subjects.
Great choice. So, what do you want to learn today?
I want to learn about earthquakes. Duh.
Okay, since you want to learn, let's watch this. Hey, HNN viewers, I am your teacher for today, Hannah. Okay, so what is an earthquake? Earthquakes, also known as tremblers, are the shaking or vibration of the Earth's crust, in which seismic energy is released and radiates toward the Earth's surface. A fault is a fracture in the Earth's crust characterized by an uneven crack that may run for many kilometers. The two sides of the fault line are actually two gigantic moving sections, or plates of the Earth's crust. The crack in the Earth is created because one plate is moving relative to the other.
What are the types of faults? There are three kinds of faults. They are the dip-slip fault, the strike-slip fault, and the oblique-slip fault. If the main sense of movement on the fault plane is up or down, the fault is known as a dip-slip fault. Where the main sense of slip is horizontal, the fault is known as a strike-slip fault. Oblique slip faults have significant components of both strike and dip-slip. There are two classifications of a dip-slip fault. They are the normal fault and the reverse fault. In the normal fault, the block above the fault moves down relative to the block below the fault. This fault motion is caused by tensional forces and results in extension. Other names of normal fault are normal slip fault, tensional fault, and gravity fault. Examples include basin and range faults. In the reverse fault, the block above the fault moves up relative to the block below the fault. This fault motion is caused by compressional forces and results in shortening. A reverse fault is called a thrust fault if the dip of the fault plane is small. Other names of reverse fault are reverse lip fault and compressional fault. Examples include the Rocky Mountains and the Himalayan mountains. The second type is the strike-slip fault. In the strike-slip fault, the movement of blocks along a fault is horizontal and the fault plane is nearly vertical. If the block on the far side of the fault moves to the left, the fault is called left lateral. If it moves to the right, the fault is called right lateral. The fault motion of a strike-slip fault is caused by shearing forces. Other names of a strike-slip fault are transcurrent fault, lateral fault, shear fault, and drench fault. Examples include the San Andreas Fault in California and Anatolian Fault in Turkey. Oblique slip faulting suggests both dip-slip faulting and strike-slip faulting. It is caused by a combination of shearing and tension or compressional forces.
So, Nazreen, have you learned something? Well, we will learn more from Miss Seismologist. Hello, Nazreen and HNN viewers.
Today, I will talk about earthquakes. Now, how are earthquakes located? They are located in the epicenter and focus. How do we measure earthquakes? Earthquake strength is measured in two ways, magnitude and intensity. Magnitude is the measure of the energy released at the earthquake source. A network of sensors called seismometers is used to record earthquake. An earthquake's magnitude is calculated based on the ground motion recorded by each seismometer and the distance of that seismometer from the earthquake. Intensity represents the strength of shaking we feel. It depends not only on the magnitude of the earthquake, but also our distance from the epicenter. Remember that magnitude is the energy released at the source and intensity is the strength of shaking that we feel.
Thank you. So, Nazreen, remember, follow your dreams like her. Thank you, Miss Teacher and Miss Seismologist. So Nazreen, what can you say? Did you learn anything?
Of course, the topic was really interesting and informative. Great job, HNN.
It's a pleasure for you to say that.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
Nazreen, thank you for being our guest here in HNN. Hope to see you in the future being a successful seismologist.
Thank you. I also hope that. And you're welcome. When I became a seismologist, I will surely come back here again.
Sure. Once again, I am Hannah, this is Nazreen, and we are the HNN.